Take one. Alette and I first met in preschool. Wait, no, I gotta think. All of the concerts I've been to, except for my Hannah Montana concert, we went to together, and we met Selena Gomez together, and we're going to a One Direction concert in the summer later, so yeah.
When I first met Alette, we were in 3rd grade. Well, I officially met her in like 2nd grade, and I just remember this crazy redhead girl. I didn't know who she actually was, really short.
In lower school, and kind of now, Alette liked a boy. I'm not going to say his name. No.
She was like the first person to get braces.
And this boy, she liked so much, she pushed him into an instrument closet.
I remember we made this group. It was not ZAM, it was POP, Pack of Party People. And there was another girl named Jessica in it, and a kid named Will.
I'm taking a dump.
And we used to go in the handball courts and sing and perform for people. And to this day, people still remember us as that. We were in a class together, Zoe, Alette, and I, called Miss Conan's class, and we performed Thriller with another girl.
We went to Disneyland with our friend Jessica, and there was 2 beds, and I slept in one with Maddie, 'cause Zaddy. Alette slept in one with Jessica, 'cause Alessica.
I just remember, like, we used to fight actually a lot.
And it was really fun. I liked the cupcakes.
I just remember in 5th grade that, like, we finally became friends again.
20 things that Alette is. Creepy, arse, redhead,
Giggly,
fairy princess,
smiles a lot, singer,
likes eating food and candy, and likes doggies.
redhead.
The best thing about Alette is her redheadiness.
Ginger, not athletic, baby face, shy, dances like a baby hippo,
And how she's unique.
Best thing about Alette. I would say that you could basically talk to her about anything, or like you can literally break out in song and she'll follow along with that.
Okay, if you were to go on a date with Alette, TBH, you would probably go to like, she would probably be like, don't ever meet my parents, cause my dad's probably gonna make fun of you.
Lots of puns, beware. One of them would be,
What do you call a cat? Mountain. A mountain. I think Alette would poop her pants.
Oh, that's the other thing. Beware of her laugh. It kind of sounds like she's choking. So don't make just don't. You don't have to give her a slap on the back because she's not choking. It just sounds like she is.
Okay, this is what she would do. She would tell over 1,000 puns, and literally you wouldn't laugh at any of them, and then you would just be like, did I seriously just go on a date with this girl?
And if you go on a date, Alette will play with her hair a lot, actually. A lot. Like, so yeah. Wait. But besides that, I think she would be very, nice to you, and she'll drag you to every concert, make you buy it.
The first impression of, I don't even remember, we met in preschool. My first impression of Alette was that she liked princesses a lot and was a fairy princess. Okay, so habits.
My favorite part.
So habits for Alette. Okay, she does, when she's stupid,
Okay, there's this one habit she will do in any situation in front of any mirror, glass window, or phone.
Goes, she just does it repetitively. She doesn't stop. She goes, oh no!
Am I okay? She'll do this with her lips all the time. Oh, I know one. Okay, if you're in class or anywhere, she'll just start singing. She won't stop. Alette, stop singing. Alette, we know you can sing. What? Alette, please stop singing. Okay. 20 seconds later. High School Musical. No, in whenever she has to run or do PE, I remember in lower school and in 6th grade, she would always say, "Can I go get my inhaler? I have asthma. I need to sit out." "Oh, okay, honey. Just go to the nurse and get your inhaler and walk around in circles for the rest of the block." And then I would follow her and I would be like, "Oh my god, this is such a good idea. Let me go get my inhaler." So I would go get my inhaler and I would walk around the field with her. And then you would join because of your knees, and you would join us, and then it would be ZAM walking around the field. Okay, there's this YouTube thing called Mr. Epic Man. We were trying to copy them, and we were here at her house, and we were at the piano, and I was supposed to kick her, and her face was supposed to land on the piano. So when I kicked her, she was supposed to like protect her face with her hands, but she didn't, and she was just like, like right on the piano. She doesn't like to dance at parties.
No.
So
She'd just be there, she'll be like,
no.
She'd be like, "No, I
I'll
don't
go
want to
outside."
dance. Oh my god, just let me eat food. Zoe, take one.
Well, I first met Zoe in preschool.
Zoe and I were in 1st grade class together, and I remember
That was a long time ago, so I don't remember a lot about it.
she was best friends with this kid named Drew. They almost looked like twins at the time.
But, yeah, we were friends.
She loved cheese.
But she had her first kiss in a teepee in preschool.
And she would always like be in the corner of the classroom, and she was the one that would speak up in class and like was really, really energetic. And I remember she would just make the whole class laugh. And that's where I got my first impression, like off of Zoe. I remember she was just this crazy kid at recess that ran around in circles and played horse games and house and with Drew, and she loved Hannah Montana. Every Halloween, I think, she was like Hannah Montana for about 3 years of lower school.
20 things they are.
Eyeliner. Really hot.
Sexy.
Michael Clifford is her boyfriend.
Punk rock. Likes bands.
Eyeliner. Long hair. Don't care.
Emo.
Wishes she was British.
Eyeliner.
Did I already say eyeliner?
Goofy. Loves music. Netflix. YouTube. YouTuber.
Wants to play drums.
Best dancer in the world.
The best thing about Zoe is that she is, okay, there's a lot of things.
The best thing about Zoe is just her personality in general. It's awesome. It can make anybody laugh.
She's a great writer. She wrote this story about slugs, which leads into the next where she can always make you laugh, literally, and she's so funny and she doesn't even like try.
And even if she gets judged, like, she just pushes it aside and says, "Screw you, I'm queen and you're my peasant."
She can make you smile.
You can relate to her in many, many, many ways. Like, she's in all of these different fandoms that you can literally go up to her and just talk about anything.
She's sassy.
And she'll just totally agree with you, even if she might not agree with you.
And if you hurt anyone she loves, she'll murder you. your family.
If they were gonna go on a date with you.
If Zoe were to go on a date with me, it would be Zaddy.
If Zoe was to go on a date with you, you'd run away. No. She would force you to take her to a Nando's, and it doesn't matter if that's a country away. She would order everything on the menu, but of course still not getting anyway.
If she were to go on a date, you would have to be a certain type of guy, also known as Michael Clifford.
She would talk about bands a lot.
You would have to have piercings, tattoos, black hair.
Get away!
You have to be kind of emo, you'd have to love all her music, and you would have to watch out if you're not any of those things.
People don't understand what it's like living with her.
If you went on a dinner date, you would have to order her some clam chowder.
You would have a good date with Zoe.
And if you went on a movie date, you would have to see... Actually, movie date for her would literally be Netflix at home, so watch Vampire Diaries with her.
You'd probably end up, she would end up as your girlfriend, and she's very lovable, so.
You wouldn't have to actually stick up for her. She would stick up for herself, or even stick up for you.
First impression.
Some preschool Anne. I don't remember. She had short hair.
I just remember her as the crazy girl at recess, running around.
Habits.
She's chewing on her iPad right now. She does that a lot.
Biting everything. She gets into this weird stage where she literally will pick anything up, like a pencil, and just start nibbling on it in class, or the little red thing in the spreader for those really fake cheeses, and she started biting it, and I threw it down a gutter, and she never forgave me for that one day. She always does this. All the time. Walking into class, during a photo, anything really, she'll just do that. And another habit, during dances, she will walk into the dance like this. Yeah. So at Rachel's birthday party, she fell on her, and she skidded on her forehead, and she started crying, like hysterically crying, just like, and we're like, Zoe, are you okay? Like,
I was so concerned.
And then she started laughing.
She was like, I'm fine.
No, she goes,
still
she's
crying.
Like, I'm fine.
She's trying to be so tough, but she hurt herself, and she was like in pain, and she was like
so funny.
denying
So I like bring her up, and I set her on a chair, and then she starts crying again, and she's like, I'm like, Zoe, are you okay? And I like keep giving her hugs, and she's like, I'm fine, okay? And I'm like, oh
She's
my
like,
God.
it just hurt.
One time, she was at my house at like 4th grade, something like that, and we decided to play golf on my driveway, and see, she plays with her hair all the time. Anyways, so we were playing golf on the driveway, and I told her to scoot back. I was using the biggest club, I don't know what that's called. I told her to scoot back. She didn't scoot back, and she took like one step back, and then I was like, ready? And then I swung, and I hit her nose. I was like, whoop, whoop.
She basically broke her
And
nose.
she was like, she fractured her nose, blood was dripping down, and I screamed. I was like, Mom! Mom! I was like running up the stairs, and she's like, oh my God, help me! And blood was dripping up the carpet. I still have stains, like going up the carpet of Zoe's blood. And my mom's like, oh my God! And she gets a paper towel, and she's like, oh my God, are you okay? And then she gets like
She's so hardcore.
And then she sits on the couch and watches SpongeBob with her dad when he came, and yeah. And then the next day I gave her chocolate and a teddy bear at her house because my mom's like, okay, she's gonna look like a raccoon for about a week, and I was like, yeah, I know. So she like hated me, I think, at the time because I fractured her nose. Mm-hmm. So I come to her house and she was just like, thank you.
Oh, okay. We met Selena Gomez that one time, and so I, being the nice person I was, I let Zoe go next to Selena Gomez.
Yeah,
and to this day I regret it because Selena was like, oh my God, your outfit's so cute. I love your necklace. And Zoe was like fangirling, and I was like,
I have a personal joke with Zoe. So she was at my house recently, and so whenever we laugh now, we always have to go like, because when she was laughing, she pointed at herself. I don't know why.
That is love. That is life.
Maddie, take one.
When I first met Maddie, she came to the school in first grade, and I kind of always just like knew she was there, but I never talked to her, and I never cared about her really because she was in a different class, and you know how that is.
We were in first grade class together, and I remember always seeing her. Like, we sat across from each other a lot.
In third grade, it was kind of when we all kind of got to know each other. So when I first kind of really got to know her, it was in Miss Conan's class.
One time, she was sitting next to this boy, like he was like right next to her. I was always looking at them because I was facing them, and I didn't know what the term ship meant, but I shipped it so freaking hard.
And I remember we sat at the same table, and I don't know, I think we just all kind of realized that we loved, like, singing and music and stuff.
Like, I was like, oh my god, they would be so cute in a couple together. But, like, yeah. And, yeah.
20 things.
Goals AF.
Blonde.
Liam Payne AF. Mashed in AF.
Gorgeous.
Guitar playing goddess.
I want to be her.
Musical AF.
Is in love.
Never farts.
Is cute but still single for some reason.
Blonde. Ombre. Trees.
She's cool.
Has 3 dogs.
The best thing about Madeline. Okay, there's a lot.
At the beginning of the year, you wouldn't know this about her, but like if like during the year, you would figure it out. She's honestly,
Okay, the best thing about Maddie is that she's very mature, but she can be like silly and hyper at the same time.
in chapel, she sings and stuff.
And she's just a great friend.
Our history teacher, he's like, I didn't know that Maddie, Maddie's so good. And then she sang in the play and she was good.
Then she's a great person to talk to. She's just very approachable and nice. If you went on a date with Maddie, I really don't know how that would play out. She does this thing when she's like talking to people she doesn't know very well, where she just kind of like acts really like, yeah, totally, like that. Unless she gets to know you really well, she kind of just is very shy. Because she doesn't feel like, she wouldn't feel like she could be completely crazy unless it's not your first date. She would probably order something like a salad, because that's like all she eats. But then she would like get a milkshake. She would be very charming. My first impression of her was, she's the new girl. How disappointing, I'm not going to be able to get to know her because she's not in my class.
When Maddie was in the lower school, she tried to convince everyone that her name was Marilyn.
She always tried to be very tomboyish. I don't know whether it was the dirt bikes or whatever that got her to try to be like that, but she tried to like be very like,
I believed it for like 3 years. 3 years.
Yeah, and she always wore hoodies. Yeah, and her dirt bike shirt. She always wore this Vulcan like cap, and it was just bad. It was really bad. But yeah, she has a fashion sense now, so that's cool.
Habits.
Whenever she's passing her crush, but she's with me, she always acts so fake and like, she's like, oh my god, did you see? Afterwards, when we're like gone and she can't see him, he can't see her, she's like, oh my god, he's so hot, and oh my god, I love him so much, oh, I ship it so hard, he's the love of my life, I'm gonna marry him and have kids.
Okay, when she's talking, she does this thing where she's like, she does it like in public speaking too, but she makes this weird noise.
Okay.
She does different laughs. She
is-
has this, her aunt's laugh, which is like she'll start off normal, like, she'll like start cackling.
And she has the grandpa laugh. Dirt.
She's asthmatic, so she sleepwalks. Oh,
Scoot over.
it's my story. But basically, one time I was sleeping at her house. This was before I sleep in the guest bedroom. But she was like kind of half asleep, and so I was like poking her back and like scratching her back or whatever. And she's like, "Elena, stop it! Elena's your sister." And she did all this weird stuff, and I was like, "Okay, this is weird." And so then she just gets up out of bed. She's still asleep.
Oh, this is
She
just
opens her bedroom door, and she goes, "Mom, get out of my bed! Get out!" And I'm just like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? And then her dog Tanner comes up and is laying outside the door, and she like sits down and like starts petting him, and she's like, "Hi Tanner, aren't you supposed to be in your crate, big boy?"
I'll do it at home.
We were sleeping in Maddie's room, and Alette's gonna get up to go to the other room because I don't know. And Maddie gets up. She's like, "Wait, Alette, don't forget your bicycle parts." And then she was sleepwalking.
Thank you for watching this video.
We hope you
give it a
didn't get
thumbs up
bored.
and subscribe.